Welcome to my second commentary. This is a ZRacing series stage 1, and yeah, this was a massive field here in the BCAT, so 149 riders. Totally flat course. I had a little recce of this one, didn't ride it, but just done a read up on it, and yeah, it's always going to be really fast, this one. That's just about to get underway. Usual tactics here, hit about 400 watts a couple of seconds before the off, and well, keep it there basically. There's always going to be a few people dropped at the line, so just going to make sure I'm in the first half really. I had done a warm-up for this race, but you're still pushing quite a lot of watts from the get-go. I'm still at 400 watts and I'm 70th. This was a really fast race. We're up to 48 kilometers an hour already. Everyone on Tron Bikes on this race. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why it's popular or just because it's November and everyone's indoors now. But 150 riders is about the biggest field I've seen on these ZRacing series. I've been doing those most of the year actually, on and off. Yeah, you can see, so we're less than a minute in and I'm already at 163 beats a minute. I've finally pushed my way up towards the front of the field and I've eased off a bit. Now I'm just going to try and hold position. I do like Mercury Island's absolutely stunning graphics on this route. So you can see I'm pushing 300 watts, so I'm 69 kilos, so 300 is above my FTP, and I'm pushing that just to sort of maintain position. I'm not even in the front half of the field, but I'm just cautious that there might be a split. It's going to be a bunch sprint, I pretty much know that, but I want to make sure with such a big field that I'm not in the back half, because you're never going to catch up. Like, if you get dropped on this, you might as well just turn your computer off. You can see it's still going. There's not a lot of, there's 80 metres of climbing, I think, over the whole 19 kilometres, so it's virtually flat, but every time the gradient does go up, it's always wise to put a little bit of power down just to make sure you hold position. What I'll do is I'll speed up the video on the bits nothing is happening here. It's quite a short race, but yeah, this is basically like the whole race is just, I'm just near my maximum and I'm just sitting in the middle of the field. When I do take a breather, I go right to the back and I end up having to do a bit of a surge again. So it's yeah, it's pretty much like that all the way through. So I'm less than 3 minutes in, I'm at over 160 beats a minute. I'm trying to find that wattage which will just sort of maintain position. I didn't really find it in this race. I kept drifting backwards and then forwards, which is not ideal, but it was a good workout. It was a very good workout, this race. Yeah, so as I say, I looked at the Z-Race predictions before this race. It gives you an idea of the quality of the race and where you're expected to finish based on your ability. And it gave me like 15th at the time when there was about 90 or 100 riders. And yeah, so I'm thinking, oh, that's in your back of your mind that you should do quite well in this field, even though I'm not exactly a sprinter, and this is a sprinter's race for sure. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I was sort of in the front third if possible. But at the same time not waste too much energy throughout the race. You can see at this point I've gone right to the front for a second. I don't really want to be doing that at all. I'm going to try and save energy. This is just a massive field. No one's going to get away. It's just pointless trying, especially when they're going this fast. Everyone's got either aero power up or the draft power up. So yeah, they're two of the best power ups for speed as well. So they're going to help you in the bunch and just help with your raw speed as well. I think I get aero power up both times, which is good. And being as you're going to get another one, I kind of use the aero power up for a rest. See, I'm still 300 watts, like over 300 watts, and I'm like 100th. So you see, I do a couple of surges, but I mean, I was running the Source add-on, and that gives me my normalised power as I go, and it was like 300 watts, like normalised, like for the first lap. So it was super hard. I just used the aero boost here just to sort of move up, give me an advantage moving up. I think I put a bit too much down actually, because I went up quite fast. But yeah, back down to 125 watts, so at least to get a little bit of a rest, even though it's only for a few seconds. But yeah, I'm up to like 5th, 6th here, but I'm not trying to extend myself. I'm aware there's a lot stronger riders than me in this race, and I'm just trying to save me effort. So 7 kilometres in now, I'm running in the top 10. I'm not quite sure why, but yeah, just about within myself in this race at this point. So it's better to be near the front than the back, but with these races it's always a case of saving your energy as well. Just doing a frontal view just to get a bit of an idea of the field, see if it's strung out, see if anyone's dropped. You can use the mini map to have a look as well, but basically we're just one big blob. There we go, we've got the helicopter shot. Everyone's sitting in. Heart rate just below 160. Yeah, drifted back like 76, but yeah, it's not far from the front, so even though there's a lot of riders in front, I don't really need to worry about the position. Yeah, just putting another little dig just to move to the front at the end of the first lap. Just to make sure I'm at the right side, the right part of the race. And this is the finish coming up. on the next lap. So it's good to familiarise yourself with this, either via a video or a recon. But we're going 44 kilometres an hour, and I know that we're going to be going sort of 50 something coming around here next time. It's going to be really, really fast. Yeah, just trying to sort of stay out of the red, really. I mean, I'm pretty much riding at my FTP. My normalised power was like 280. Yeah, so it's a hard race. But yeah, but steady at the same time, because it's just pan flat basically. There we go, 150 Tron bikes going through the arcade. So this second lap, I'm kind of thinking I probably did a little bit too much the first lap. I'm pretty sure there's nothing on this course which is going to cause a split. So all I'm going to try and do is just save me energy, make sure I'm in the pack, and then the last few kilometres is when you are really going to have to be on the ball. And yeah, I pretty much knew it was going to be an all-out effort. Certainly the last mile, sort of last 2 kilometres, 3 kilometres, maybe more. So yeah, with that in the back of my mind, I'm trying to stay in contact, but not really push up too far until there's only a few kilometres to go. Sort of the last quarter of the race, I want to be on the ball. But yeah, sitting in 82nd really doesn't really matter at this point. Looking back on this, I can see on the mini-map, look, the field is getting quite strung out, so I think there was some people getting dropped at this point. Just sort of the overall effort they've had to put in over 15 minutes, probably just too much. So in this race there was a few people in the comments section. Definitely wasn't me, because I was just, like I say, 160 beats per minute. I was, yeah, every time my hands come off the handlebars they were just to dry the sweat. There's no chance of me typing anything at this sort of intensity. So we go through the sprint section and we get a power up. As I say, it's either draft or aero. I think I get the aero. Both of them are going to be a lot of use at the end, so it doesn't really matter which one you get. We see a lot of people using them like straight away. If you're going to do this race or any on this course or anything similar, you want to be saving them for the finish. Unless you're absolutely on your knees and you're going to get dropped, don't use your power up unless don't save it to the end. Because that, everyone's going to drop them in the last kilometre, and that's the time to use it. You can see I moved back here because everyone's using their power-ups. It's on a descent and as a light rider I'm going to get overtaken, but yeah, as long as you're aware of that and you don't let any gaps open. You see I'm up to sort of 164 beats a minute now, and I think my heart rate is just going to go up. I'm just going to stay high and just get even higher the last 5 kilometres now. It's just going to be super fast. From 506 watts there, I've peaked at, just doing a little effort to move up, even though it's not really moved me up much. Heart rate creeping up. This is very spicy now. This is just yeah, super competitive. Very good workout though. So you can see I've moved quite near the front. I'm trying to sort of keep a few rows back. But yeah, at this point I'm really conscious that I don't want to be in the back half of this field. Because it's going to get to a point where it's impossible to move up. Because it's just going so fast and it starts to get strung out. So at that you want to be near the front if you can. And at this speed, 4.3 kilometers is just a matter of minutes. So as I say, I like the first person view because it's I like the realism of it, and I like the fact you can kind of get a better idea of how many riders there are. Yeah, I just prefer this view. I'm interested to hear if anyone else uses it or if it's just me. But yeah, it gives you a good feel, I think, of where you are and if you're moving up or down. Right, so 3.7 to go. You can see there's a few really pushing and it is beginning to get strung out. So the field's getting less like a blob and more like a line. At this point, this is where you really, in this race, I really needed to up the wattage and just keep it high, to be honest. So you can see I'm nearly I'm up to 169 beats per minute. My max heart rate is probably about 176, 178, something like that. So I'm not far off like an all-out effort, basically. Yeah, the watts are still above 300. Yeah, 270, 290, and we're only 36th. But we're just hanging in there at this point. It's going to be hard. It's just, yeah, just really committing at this point. At this point, I'm sort of saying to myself, I don't want to lose any positions. So 2.5 to go. You can see there's a lot of people involved in this, and everyone's sort of itching to. Anyone that's got anything left is itching to go. I didn't have a lot left at all, to be honest. I was pretty much on the limit, and I just wanted to just empty the tank and see what happened. Yeah, 2 kilometres to go. Big bunch. People being dropped, looking at the mini map, but yeah, I've managed to get towards the front. I'll ease right back, just to make sure I'm not giving anyone else a lead out. So I'm not the biggest rider in this, and I knew I wasn't the one. I didn't have anywhere near the power of some of the other riders, so. A mile to go. Now this is about to just kick off. Good position, about 30th. Very near to me limit though, 168 beats per minute, 320 watts. 1.3 to go. Someone is going to probably launch very soon. At this intensity level, it's actually, you know, it's quite hard to know when to use your power up because you're on your absolute limit. But I knew I had to use it. Probably about 400 to go, something like that. I think was the aim. We're nicely positioned. 900 meters to go, and now it's just gone all out. So I'm over 400 watts, and this is pretty much everything I've got at this point, I think. 700 meters to go. Good position. I think probably a little bit too far up looking back at this. I've not got no draft. Everyone's using their power up now. They're all in a single line. Right, so yeah, I've gone to 400. I don't think I had much more than that, to be honest. So I'm 12th. Only 300 to go. Now I use my boost. Probably used it a bit late, to be honest. Now I've gone maximum. Yeah, over 500. Just holding position there. A couple of other... Yeah, there's always going to be some people with a bigger kick. Oh no, my booster's run out. Now I'm getting past. But yeah, just holding out. Really. Bang, there's a line. And yeah, it's about 24th. And that worked out about 20th on Zwiftpower, I think. So we'll just go through the data and the figures for those geeks that want to have a look at that. Yeah, so this is a screenshot of ZRace.bike. This is a good little website to go to just before your races. Gives you an idea of the strength of the opposition, and it gives you an actual prediction. Some of them are accurate, some of them are not, but it is based on some sort of scientific analysis of the numbers. So it's always interesting to see if you can beat what they predict. In this case, they gave me they said I'd be 15th out of 99 at the time. So quite interesting. Okay, so the race is all done. I'm logged into Zwiftpower, my profile page, just to give you an idea how my figures stack up to that result. Yeah, so it's 20th on Zwiftpower, which means out of all the riders that registered on Zwiftpower, clicking onto the result, you can see that the A's finished in 25:02 and the B's finished in 25:10. So it's very, very quick, that B race. So here's the B result. I was 20th in 25:13, just 3 seconds back, and it's given me 287 watt average, 293 normalized power. And what I look at on Zwiftpower is the at the end you get a ranking result, and this tells you the gain if you've actually improved your ranking, which I did in that race. So if you actually look at, so I'll go back to the profile and you can see the result, you get a score. So that last one, when I done that race and I was really bad, I only got a score of 352. Now this race, even though I was 20th and I was predicted perhaps to finish higher, I actually got 171, which is a really good result for me. And you can see, if you go up here to race ranking and you expand, it will tell you how your race ranking is calculated. So the lower the better. So I'm just under 200, 197. And that, according to this, that is now my second best result of the top 5 results. So yeah, quite pleased with that. These didn't hit any new records on that race, but yeah, it was really quite hard. So that's all for now. I'll catch up again soon. Cheers.